So how does the world between worlds actually work? I made a video not too soon about this when it was first introduced in Star Wars Rebels. Well, first knowingly introduced to us, the audience, in Star Wars Rebels. But in that video, I mostly talked about the time travel aspect of it. And I do still stand by any time travel abilities allowed by the world between worlds is all going to be on a closed loop. If it happened, it always happened. You can't change time for that. It's just a closed loop. But that still doesn't mean there's a lot more mysteries of the world between worlds to look into. How does it actually work? And I think we'll never be able to properly answer that, but some new evidence, or new, not necessarily evidence, but new examples of it being used in Star Wars Ahsoka has, I think, given us some more insight. So, in 2 episodes ago, Ahsoka basically gets a Force vision in the world between worlds. She's actually there experiencing the Force vision. Anakin's there, she sees scenes of her past during the Clone Wars, and a lot of it was her coming to terms with the fact that she's not responsible for Anakin's fall to the dark side. Pretty simple, sounds reasonable. But how did she get there? There was, to our knowledge, she didn't open a portal like Ezra did in Rebels, so what gives? I think the most likely thing is all Force visions take place in the world between worlds. That's the only thing that could explain it, and I like it, because that also will explain Cal's meditation in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and also Survivor. Those meditation points bring him into the world between worlds, because it's not, he doesn't know he's there, and does kind of take on the iconography of the story of the game, because they do that for gameplay reasons as well. But it does make sense. And then all his Force visions too, where we get to interact, that's also in the world between worlds, which is very much more like Ahsoka's visions too, where she's able to not just interact with them, but affect the way they go. Not all Force visions like that. Take Anakin's visions of Padme dying. He was not able to interact with the visions, but he was able to experience them. And there's a lot of other visions like that we get to see with the Force. And I think it's also very possible that the world between worlds is the physical conduit that may allow Force ghosts to manifest themselves in the real world for Star Wars outside of the cosmic Force. They have a blue glow, when they normally are manifesting, but Anakin didn't have a blue glow in Ahsoka. Was that just because he was Force vision, or was that because he was in the world between worlds? I think it's because he was in the world between worlds, and because he knew what Ahsoka needed to learn, he was able to, because being able to manifest himself in the cosmic Force probably allowed him also to manifest himself in the world between worlds in a way he could affect Ahsoka's vision that perhaps he normally wouldn't have been able to do if it was just a vision the Force was given to Ahsoka all on its own. It's hard to say, but I think the world between worlds is that conduit for all Force visions. And sometimes Jedi, maybe through certain meditation or experience or whatever, are able to more readily interact with their vision because of the world between worlds. Now, Cal has the ability to meditate, and his meditation, I think, is what probably allows him to interact with his Force visions in a much more real sense than we've seen other times. Same thing with Ahsoka's most recent Force vision in Star Wars Ahsoka. I think it is all connected. Now, there's a lot more mysteries of the world between worlds. I think the time travel one is pretty solid loop, but can it also allow travel between planets? That we do not know yet, as we have not yet seen an example, but I think it is a very possible example. But that's just kind of my overview of how one new aspect of the world between worlds actually works. It is the conduit of all Force visions, and certain Force users, because of their connection with the Force, are able to actually interact with said visions because of the world between worlds. But that is just my thoughts, my theory. I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a good day and good night wherever you are. May the Force be with you always. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like, as well as subscribe to my channel and ring that bell to stay up to date on my latest content. Also, be sure to check out the link tree in the description, as well as any other links I have down there.